Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video here. So today we're going to be doing some Cheezerson McCheezerson and some other stuff here. The plan for today is going to be defeating the One Reborn, uh, Mikolash, and getting to Martyr Ligarius. That is the goal. Um, that is the goal, which I think is honestly pretty feasible. If we can, we'll also go beat up Murgo's Wet Nurse. But that's kind of gonna be it for this episode. Eileen's quest line we will not be finishing until after we have beaten Martyr Ligarius. Couple of things that happened since the last episode. I did first off. This is the nut dungeon. I actually haven't needed to use it besides that first time for blood vials. This, as you can see, I progressed to the second chalice dungeon. And this one is just... It's supposed to be one for farming blood gems, but the blood gems it farms are cursed ones, and I am not a huge fan of using cursed ones, so we'll just use whatever we find naturally throughout the world. I think that will work out for the best. So before... you know what? For the One Reborn section, I'll be showing you how the cheese works, and on it skips all of Yahar Ghul. This particular cheese skips all of it, and you can also get the elevator and beat Dark Beast Paw by doing this cheese as well. So the first part is known, the second part not so much. I haven't seen a single YouTube video to do this. Also, so y'all can see my levels, I'm level 49. I'm not sure if that's actually high enough level to beat Martyr Ligarius, but I mean to actually take that. I don't know if I'm too low or too high. I mostly just go about by how much damage I'm doing, which if you look at my stat distribution, I should be relatively fine. Also, the doll is here.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
She might have new dialogue.
Good hunter.
Oh, never mind. No, she doesn't.
Very well, let me...
So yeah, as you can see, yeah, we're only level 49. By the end of the game, normally I'm at around 120, but also most of the time I'm not blazing through areas like I have been. Now y'all aren't seeing me investigate every single little thing. Now we have 27 insight so far. I'm going to show you my actual setup. So we have boost max HP, we do have the higher blood vial, and we do have the moon rune. The next two moon runes, they are both found in Mikolash. I'm not going to bother getting the level 3 version. We're only going to get the +2 version. The other one is over by... The other one that I normally use is damage resist, and that one's over by Witches of Hemwick. And we might try to grab that on the way to Martyr Ligarius in this episode. And boost HP, that's the only one I usually have. And this one is specifically for summons. However, the other one requires the completion of Alfred's questline, and doing that questline doesn't really work out in my favor. But let me show you the cheese here. So we want to go to Yahar Ghul. Also, keep in mind you do not want to skip all of Yahar Ghul if you want to go to Upper Cathedral Ward, because Upper Cathedral Ward key is a part of that. Also, the amygdala is something I do want to correct from previous episode. The amygdala is actually in control of the fear part of your brain, not memory, which makes a lot more sense. We're gonna blow some chunks. So you want to leap down there due to the enemies usually crawl that way. And normally I just hop down here. Be careful of this pistoler here. We aren't actually going to take on the One Reborn boss fight, but right now, I'll just be unlocking the shortcut. Keep in mind, you are on a timer, because those two will respawn. So most of the time, you just want to have... I usually have 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Want a heavy attack? Sometimes you gotta get the... Okay. You wanna move forward just a little bit. Heavy, so that you fall straight. Get yourself up a bit. I think I'm landing. Okay. Now that we are here, we can actually... We no longer need the saw cleaver. And there is, if you land down here, there is actually a gap here. It is back here. Usually. And there you are. You're out. And you just want to run here. We're not going to collect anything here. And we just want to run this way here. And it's this elevator up. And you actually want to hop out here. And that elevator will be ready for us. If I remember correctly. I think I'm going the wrong way here, but let's see. There should be a teleporter. I'll just collect this. Also, those are werewolves. We're gonna need bloodstone chunks here, so we are gonna need to grab these items. Oh yeah, just go into this room here. Inspect bath. And then that teleports you. It should teleport you really close to the exit here. Then you just want to climb down this ladder. That bell chime maiden will forcibly despawn a lot of enemies. Normally that run is very, very, very long. But as you can see, we skipped all of Yahar'gul basically. So we're just gonna reawaken here. That is the cheese for you. Couple of things to note. So when you are doing that cheese, you actually do want to be moving forward. I'll show it to you again one more time here, and then we'll get into the actual thing. Keep in mind your saw cleaver doesn't need to be upgraded. This is also why I made it a rule to where you can use other weapons, but you can't use them for damage, so that you can do this cheese. Especially as I could show you. So the elevator that we just opened up there, that's actually right here. And you can still do that second half shortcut. But again, you want your saw cleaver. I believe you can do it with a saw spear as well. But you want to hold right trigger, move forward. And it might take you a couple of attempts, but I usually do try to have 1 foot on, 1 foot off, like that. Just take a couple of attempts, right there. And you want to do a heavy on the way down so that you fall straight. And then you want to dodge off. There's a heavy there. And that bell chime maiden, if you land on this pillar right here, you can actually land on her and kill her. I believe if you have 11 Fully Blade, I believe you can actually kill her from here as well. Oh, you can actually kill her with the whip too. But she can kill you. We'll let her kill us here though. Lady, kill us. So she doesn't want to kill us right now. And again, try not to walk too far into the blank emptiness of space there, because I don't know if there are holes like that. But again, you just come out here, right in between here, bam, you are out. And again, we can die here, so we're gonna collect some items. Those guys will kill you very, very fast. Also, it's really loud. But those guys will kill you extremely fast, and in the later stages, first off, they can aggro you from the elevator all the way to that shortcut, which is why we do that second half shortcut. But we're going to get to the Hunter stream here. Y'all have seen the cheese and why I made it that rule. That's the only level glitch that we're going to be using. There is one for getting to the Shadows of Yharnam. But if I remember correctly, you do need to have like low frames, and it was just too complicated. That's the simplest one. So you gotta remember, make sure 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Gonna have you move forward. After this animation ends, stop moving forward. Because if you continue to move forward, you'll actually miss that lower balcony that we land on, and you'll die. Unless your HP is high, like extremely high, but you'll die if you don't do that. So just make sure you move forward when you do this, and then stop moving forward. And then when you're falling, do your falling heavy, so that you land straight. And because sometimes if you knock up against an object, it'll move you a lot. So, instead of just falling there, you just kind of just want to... This is the highest point of the Hunter stream, so you move straight. Because see, down that we fell, we moved straight down instead of landing on this. So those are the big cheeses that I wanted to show y'all. Also, something I do need to be honest about, I sold some of the gear. That's also how I gained some levels, is by selling that gear. Just so y'all know. And I also used some of the cold blood as well. A couple of other things I do want to note. We need to go to Cathedral Ward here. Not Grand Cathedral. Grand Cathedral you will not be able to access at this point. As you can see. That when you see that, that means Eileen's quest has progressed enough. However, the NPC that we have to fight for that is exceedingly difficult, so I would rather take that on later. When I am when I'm much stronger. Also, so yeah, Adela is here.
Forgive me. So...
She's a bit sick. You can kill her here to get that blood chart or whatever. This is the drug lady that I was talking about in the last episode.
Is anything you can hold, Mother?
She's a drug addict. We can share our woes, I guess.
This will help you.
I got sedatives. And the exact spot you can find her later on, I'll show you in a second. Also, there is something that I forgot to mention last episode, but we'll get there. So, you'll find her actually out here, and as you notice, the ghost guys aren't spawning. That's because we have beaten Rom. Also, you can see that giant-ass thing. I should have probably warned y'all that these things exist. We can see them because we've defeated Rom. There's another one over here, if I remember correctly, as well, but you can't actually see it. It's actually a little Easter egg in Bloodborne. There's one that's just hiding there, and we can't actually see it. But that thing grabs you for the DLC. And this is mostly just a note for me to talk about it, but Gilbert. Gilbert is over by our first lantern. We're not going to go there, but mostly just a reminder for the lore narrator that you'll see at the end of the video. He'll explain what happened to Gilbert and his whole little storyline. I'll also be mentioning the PS1 remake that somebody's making, PSX remake of Bloodborne that somebody's making, which honestly, if you just look at PSX Bloodborne, it is an old style version of Bloodborne. Even the music is like that old timey 8-bit stuff. I would definitely go check it out check it out if y'all like this sort of stuff. Once the game gets a little bit more complete, then I will check it out. See if my PC can handle, because for whatever reason it can't handle most things. Don't know why. But on that note, I'm going to pass it over to Kermit. Narrator will catch y'all at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Alrighty, I think it's about time for us to hit up the good old one reborn. That being said, I do want to sell a couple of things first. Alrighty, we gotta unequip the Saw Cleaver. So we won't really need it anymore. Also, since we aren't really doing chalice dungeons, we can sell these. For a lot of, ka-ching. Alrighty, and if we took a look at our scaling here, Yeah, we should probably start putting some points in Arcane. Because, we are eventually going to need, let me see here. We're eventually going to need this. But we can't really use it at the moment, unfortunately. Alrighty, under normal circumstances, you're supposed to handle this boss fight by, You're supposed to handle the boss fight by defeating the various enemies that are around the boss arena, but we aren't really going to do that. We should have, pretty big immunity frames here. Also, we're not really going to talk about that dog's head. We're kind of like strippers. It's our little hunter that's going to help us here. Now, normally, if you were to run through this normally, that dude over there would be shooting you, and so would another one. And we do want to pull our NPC over here. I almost thought that said anal. Damn, this bitch is pretty run down here. Damn, that is one bitch that I will not be picking up. Okay, something's dripping a little bit. Not sure really what this is supposed to represent. This is a little bit disgusting. And I'm pretty sure that's multiple bodies stitched together. And we can't wait to work on our drip. Because we are not quite there yet. Actually, I'm not really sure this thing counts as a beast. We're just gonna smack the booty? We're gonna dodge there real quick. We're mostly just using this. Beautiful. We can get a little bit of smacking in. We gotta be careful of that attack because that does deal massive damage. We might be dead here. Alrighty, so for this fight I do have to concentrate quite a bit. You just have to watch out for the falling body parts. We're gonna run a little bit. Thankfully I fucking heal. We're using the dreaded king because of its bigger hitbox. We do really want to keep those projectiles aggro on us. It looks like he's throwing a fucking hissy fit. Alrighty. Dang it, bitch! Stop! Stop what the fuck you're doing! Damn! Alrighty, we're kind of close here. We gotta be careful. Also, I'm looking at the top of my screen to check and see, make sure. By the way, be careful and don't step into that goo. Beautiful, let's go! That was fucking loud. Holy shit. Sorry about that. Damn, he was on a sliver of health. Alrighty, that was simple enough. Let's go level up. Alrighty, we're just gonna up our arcane here, since that does boost our damage quite a bit. Which, by the way, if you do want to eventually go into, using the Holy Moonlight Blade from the DLC, I definitely would suggest doing this because, the Holy Moonlight Blade does scale off of Arcane, and the Threaded Cane also does as well. Alrighty, now we're just going to go to Advent Plaza here. Alrighty, now time to get some touching. Alrighty, and by the way, as per usual, we're going to blaze through this for the most part. See, we're kind of just running to the end here. Watch out for that big dude, by the way. Alrighty, so, I hope you're ready to clench your cheeks here. We're just gonna run past all of these enemies. By the way, you can't get invaded in here by anybody else that's playing the game currently. It was pretty greedy of me, but, I don't fucking care. That was probably a little bit of a jump scare for the rest of you. see here. Looks like we've unlocked the ability to buy bloodstone chunks. But we're not really going to do that right now. Alrighty, and we've actually unlocked the Nightmare Headstone. And by the way, I think our real me here wants to interject here. I'm gonna give you a warning real quick. If you are afraid of snakes, these guys over there, they explode into snakes here. Something else I'm also going to warn you of. We need sedatives. Set that light in there. In that tower there, that will give you frenzy, and that removes a chunk of your health. Anyways, here, I'm gonna warn you that snakes can pop out of them, and we are actually going to be dealing with giant spiders here for a second. I'm going to warn you here. I will also let you know when it ends. So keep that in mind. I really will let you know when they will actually pop up. Keep in mind, we will probably lose a chunk of our health here. We're going to take a sedative. Also, we do run into the issue of almost dying pretty much every single time. This area isn't particularly fine to run through, but again, I'm mostly here to warn you about potential dangers and scares here. This is the only place that will be shown that has spiders. We do want to look at equipment, make sure we have high frenzy damage resist, because that's going to matter the most. But also something that doesn't utterly tank our stats. We'll just wear Gascoigne's cap here. It's kind of ironic how Gascoigne's stuff has high frenzy resistance. Pretty frenzied. If your frenzy reaches too high, also we're gonna watch out for these stone guys, because they will throw stones at you. So make sure you have your sprint by the time you reach them. I'm warning you here, there are giant spiders here. I'm not going to show them at this moment in time. I will be showing you the best way to avoid having to look at them. So I'm warning you here, there will be giant spiders here. I am going to try not to look at them too much, because I'm, to be honest, I'm scared of spiders. So you'll want to look at my screen if you want the best way to play this game while avoiding them. So I'm trying my best to avoid looking at them. Alright, time to run. I'm gonna go up this staircase here. That one you can't avoid looking at due to how the camera functions. But then you want to run here. They do fall, they are hanging from the ceiling and then they fall. Do not turn back to the video yet. Stay looking away. There is a guy behind us that does want to kill us here, but we're kind of going to ignore him. Get on this elevator. We are done with spiders. We are done with spiders for the rest of the video. At least normal-looking spiders. We're going to light this lamp and we're going to travel back to the Hunter Stream. When we get to Marta Lagarris area, there are, like, spider humans? And I'll warn you when that happens. Other than that, I will warn you, if you stray off the path that I am taking, you will run into spiders, and spiders that have human faces on them. In order to get the third Blood Moon rune, You do have to deal with spiders with human heads and, well, like literally, like actual spider bodies you saw there with human heads. That is your warning on straying away from the path that I'm taking currently. So, alright, I'm gonna pass you back to Kermit. That's the end. That's the end. You can tune back in. Alrighty. Thank you there for the beautiful warning here. We're gonna just hop back in here. We're going to go to Marco's Loft Base. And we are going to attempt to take on Mikalash. At least, not the first time. The first time that we're going in, we're going for a particular room here. Alrighty, I kind of do have to concentrate here a little bit, since these dudes aggro. And this area actually has the only instance of bleed in it. Running from here, again, we're going to run past most things. While also being a little bit careful. And, here's the other shortcut here. And guess what? We're already at Mikalash. By the way, I must say, we are making excellent time. By the way, here, we are going to put on our better gear. By the way, Mikalash does deal a lot of arcane damage, but again, mostly it's fashion. By the way, fun fact, we are in the boss arena.
Ah, cause. Some say cosm. Do you hear our prayers? No, we shall not abandon the dream. No one can catch us. No one can stop us now.
Alrighty, something that I forgot to equip. We don't have any, never mind. There is a way to cheese them, but... kind of follow the route that I'm doing. This is probably the most annoying boss fight. By the way, that does keep him sunlocked for a little bit. By the way, we're only using the whipcord so we can hit him from a distance here. As you can see, we got utterly demolished there. Great, first of all, we are going to use up one of these. Check our little storage. We will need those poison eyes for later. pretty sure we could buy these, but I guess not. I'll have to figure out which badge, unlocks that, but, for now, we're actually going to go to Marta Ligurius here. So we can meet one of our queens. I believe Witch's Abode is the one that we need. Because, yeah, I gotta be perfectly honest, especially for being one of the potential last bosses of the game, we're really not really close to being at a high enough level. Run past these bitches. Watch out for big dude on the left there. You just have to run to that pillar to activate this cutscene. Ooh, spooky smoke. And then you actually have to get in. By the way, I'm not sure whose angle we're actually seeing here. And there is Castle Canehurst. Probably one of my favorite areas here. And this gate will open up automatically for you. I'm going to warn you here, there are going to be, flesh spiders. They're not really spiders at all, they're just humans that walk like it. They're more like fleas. Also be careful, alright, that's the end of them, but be careful here because there are ghosts. They also only appear when you are right near them, for the most part. We are looking for two items in particular. Well, really, this is more so seen as an ending area. As you see, since we got a bloodstone chunk there. You do have to pay pretty close attention here. By the way, there are gargoyles, but they're weird. I didn't see them. By the way, these guys are known as the Vile Bloods. There's another one out there. I guess we can't shoot him from down here. Alrighty, he might just de-aggro. But we're gonna go up and fight him. Right into the butt cheeks. If you can't sneak up on them, that's probably the best method to dealing with them. I definitely do not recommend going here the second you can. I didn't see him. Again. I'm kind of disappointed in myself right now. Alrighty, normally they aren't really inside though. Normally you deal with the ghosts on the inside and then... That one you kind of had to be pretty careful of. Because he will chase you for quite a while. Now, unfortunately, we do actually want to go, that way. We're going to try to attract one of them, though. Unfortunately, we don't really have a projectile besides our gun. We can't really fight both at the same time. Crap, looks like we can't really avoid it. Alrighty, and again here. And that's exactly what we wanted, the Executioner garb. This is usually what I run, but it is pretty important for Ludwig's quest. This probably won't really be our permanent trip, but the Executioner's garb will stay on at least until Lady Maria. Alrighty, and this is a shortcut here. We're going to see if we can level up. I would really like to level up Arcane to 15 before really going ham on Lagarius.
Welcome, what is very well planned.
Alrighty, we don't really have enough, but to be honest, we do have to unlock an area first. Fuck, I really forgot to upgrade our weapon, but we still need one more shortcut to really unlock, so we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. I'm not exactly sure what that little red mark does to us, but I'll be honest though, this area is very, very confusing. Those guys won't really follow us into here. That is an item that we can use if we level up our arcane enough, but I don't really deem it to really be useful enough. We did that to dodge her strike. We got grabbed there. I thought there was a lever in here, but maybe not. They'll kind of just do that a lot, and it is kind of annoying. We do need to activate that lever there, but I see you, bitch. Some lovely scenery. If you're not careful, those, they can kill you extremely fast. Alrighty, we're gonna go and upgrade our weapon here real quick. And hopefully level up at least once.
Welcome, Woody. Very well, let me. Farewell.
Already your damage is looking just a little bit better. We're actually going to attempt to make a last here. This lever is the lever you want to pull to summon the little elevator. thing that I do want to put in our inventory is, bone marrow ash. We're definitely not really going to poison him in the first phase here. By the way, I know he's there, but normally I just run this way due to, a lot of the times, he might not run directly there if you don't. Even sometimes he does bitchy shit like this. Ooh. Being perfectly honest, this is like one of those bosses that I might just beat independently. Because, this is the boss fight. This is literally the boss fight. By the way, these guys will just keep on resurrecting themselves. Yes, and he will spam that. We gotta be careful here because, they can definitely kill us here. His AI might be a little bit stuck. Yeah, I think we did really bug out his AI here. The boss fight's still not done yet.
Majestic!
And, here is where we will probably not complete this boss fight here.
Alas, not too fast.
Due to, how the moon room is, it's pretty heavily guarded. Nope, but we did get that moon rune, and that was the main reason why we got past that first phase. Nothing like the plan for the stuff that I'm going to be doing off screen. But I'm going to pass it over to the other me here, and I'll let I'll let him handle the BS here. All right, so we did get that moon rune. That second moon rune is very important. Unfortunately, I do have to find a bunch of hunter badges, because something that I am missing is... I'm missing the ability to purchase the poison knives, but not only that, I'm more importantly missing the ability to buy bloodstone shards and twin bloodstone shards. So I do have to figure out which badges give you that, because keep in mind, we actually only have one kind of badge in our inventory. Right? Yeah, we only have two, and that's the Sword Hunter and the Saw Hunter and the Sword Hunter that we got at the beginning of the game. So unfortunately, we kind of got to take care of that a little bit. Also, so for the plan of doing off-screen, um, so I will be taking care of Dark Beast Parl. I do think we're not quite properly leveled necessarily. More specifically for Marta Ligarius, and defeating Michellesh isn't going to help that. We didn't get enough done that I would have liked to have gotten done, but we did get done. We got extremely shortcut to Michellesh. We got the shortcut to both shortcuts to Marta Ligarius. Both of those. So Marta Ligarius will definitely be fought in the next episode, along with Murgo's wet. No, we can't fight Murgo's wet nurse yet. We're going to be moving on to the DLC there. So next episode, the major plan is to do the start the DLC and also other stuff. So these episodes I'm going to be recording back to back, basically. You will hopefully be seeing them both on the same day because unfortunately I start work tomorrow, and I work every single day until Spider-Man 2 comes out. Unfortunately. So on that note, I'm going to pass you over to the narrator.
Oh, hello there. Welcome back to another good old fireside chat with your good old narrator. Also, there's gonna be a little immersion breaking, but I do actually have facial hair. I just don't. I don't have a long ass beard. Not yet, anyways. So, this is Seven Deadly Sins. It was a series started by Netflix. It does not originate in Japan. It is a Netflix original series. Um, it's really good up until a certain character's death, which was garbage and BS, and I will continue to hold that. It's added to the collection of books. Now, unfortunately, it is possible that this could very well be the last one that is attached to a video. Unfortunately, the next video, I am not able to copy. So normally, what I do for videos is I copy the video to a USB drive from my PlayStation, and then I bring it over to my PC over here, and I edit it. And then I tack this section on at the end. I unfortunately can't do that with the next episode. So for the next episode, I know in that video I will express that it'll be at the end of the video. Unfortunately, it will be a separate video. There's nothing I can do to prevent this. I apologize. Technical issues. Now, in this episode, lore-wise, we didn't necessarily get that much done. If I'm being perfectly honest, we didn't really get that much done. The only thing to say is you have your base world, which is Old Yarnum, Cathedral Ward, Yarnum, those areas, right? That are all connected physically. Yargul, you are sent there by you awaken there after beating around the spider. You are in a separate realm where Yargul exists, which the Run Reborn is a failed creation, a failed attempt to create a great one by fusing multiple bodies together by the Healing Church. And also, at this point in time, when they were running these experiments, a group segmented themselves called the Mensis, and that's what that little schoolhouse area is. Those are filled with Mensis guys, Mensi, or whatever, Mensis. Which I believe this is actually a reference to a pretty secretive organization. I believe it is actually called the Mensis, or the Mensi, and they're like the upper echelon of the smartest people on the planet. I believe they're called the Mensi. They are a pretty secretive group that is for the 0.1% in like intelligence, like 0.01% in terms of intelligence in the world. Um, and they have different sects all over the world. I believe the Mensis is in relation to that is a reference to that group. Now, when after we beat the One Reborn and we go in that building, we're transported to another realm, and which that is Bergenworth. That is a segment of Bergenworth that we do not see, and that section of Bergenworth is pretty much to segment into two different realms. One is the Nightmare Frontier that is hosted by the Amygdala. Different realms and dreams are hosted by a particular Great One. So think of it as a pocket dimension for that Great One. For example, the Hunter's Dream does have its own Great One attached to it. We won't get there until the end of the game. The Rom is the host of Ram is the host of that little area that she's in. Yahar Ghul in that area is the host, or the one reborn is the kind of the host of that area as well. The Nightmare Frontier is hosted by the Amygdala. And actually, in the Nightmare Frontier, you can see Fishing Hamlet, which is connected to it. And that is because Cause, which Mikolash mentions, Cosm is actually attached to the Nightmare Frontier and a lot of these realms in general. Cosm is very important to the story, but we can't get there until we get to the DLC. Now, Mikolash is actually a host of the area that we go into, where we find Mikolash's boss fight. He is the host of that nightmare. However, the great one that is tied to that is actually Murgo's wet nurse. But Mikolash is using her power in order to strengthen his hold on that particular realm. Which is why when Mikolash dies, it doesn't say Nightmare Slain. It only says Nightmare Slain when you've killed a Great One that is hosting a Nightmare. Murgo's Wet Nurse is tied to Mikolash's realm, and Rom is tied to Rom's little area. But honestly, that's kind of it. As far as the creatures that are there, they've just been corrupted by the host of that realm, which is, in my opinion, the One Reborn. And the corruption that the One Reborn has experienced and the fleshiness of it is reflected in the Beastmen being transformed into weird fleshy creatures. Most of the monsters being transformed into weird things. Also, side bosses like Dark Beast Pearl we won't necessarily be talking about. Also, there is a side area called Upper Cathedral Ward. We will only be discussing the Celestial Emissary when we get to the DLC, and Abradus we will only be discussing once we get past Martelagarius. Now on to Castle Canehurst. Castle Canehurst is... It is in the real world still. However, it is pretty separated. It's home to beings called the Vilebloods. Think of them as vampires, basically. All of the ghosts that you see are Vileblood or dead nobles and stuff that used to exist in Canehurst, but they're all dead now. The blood-sucking little flea things you see, they are Vilebloods. And the gargoyles are Vilebloods that have been corrupted by the beast blood. And the Vilebloods are essentially the oldest version. They're pretty much entirely separated from what's going on in Yarnum. So, I'm not exactly sure where the Vilebloods fit in necessarily. I can't speak on too much, but Arthur, who is supposed to have gone to Castle Canehurst, he wears the executioner garbs, which was from the Healing Church. Those were knights that were sent there to slaughter all of Canehurst, basically. But that's kind of where we have to leave things, on a little bit of a cliffhanger. On that note, though, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Keep in mind, next episode, there will be two separate things. There will be the actual video itself, and then a little bit later, there will be that actual video. Will I be able to finish this when by the time Spider-Man 2 comes out? It comes out this Friday. No, unfortunately, I will not be able to finish this series in particular. I think I'll be able to finish filming, possibly. However, y'all are just gonna get double uploads until the series is wrapped up. On that note, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.